About and on are two prepositions that have very similar use cases, and it's easy to get a little bit confused between the two. The main difference between about and on is relatively simple. Compare these two sentences. The book is about a girl called Alice who follows a rabbit down a hole and has a crazy adventure. This sentence is from Alice in Wonderland, or it is about Alice in Wonderland, which is a great book that you should read. The lecture was on the global financial crisis of 2008. So both prepositions are used to indicate the subject matter of a particular thing, in this case a novel and a lecture. We use about to talk about more ordinary things, and on is used to indicate more serious subject matter. So in the second sentence, the lecture was on the global financial crisis. We can see that the global financial crisis is kind of serious, it's academic, it's sophisticated. So the lecture was on the global financial crisis. In this case, we can also use about. But generally about is for less serious things. So Alice in Wonderland is just a story. The book is about a girl that falls down a rabbit hole and gets herself into all sorts of trouble. That's what the book is about. And in fact, if we're talking about a story like a movie or a book, we always use about. Let's look at some other use cases for about and on. We're going to start with verb preposition collocations. Collocation might be quite a big word, but it really just means two words that go together, just because that's how we use them. For instance, we make the bed. We don't do the bed. And we do the dishes. We don't make the dishes. These are verb preposition collocations, meaning a verb that goes with a preposition just because. Let's look at the verb preposition collocations for about. Argue about. My friends and I argue about music all the time. Boast about. Don't boast about your achievements. Care about. I care about you. Concerned about. I am concerned about the world. Dream about. Last night I dreamt about my friend. Forget about. Forget about it. Know about. What do you know about? Laugh about. My friend and I laughed about what happened. Protest about. The people are protesting about unfair wages. Think about. Why don't you just think about it for a little bit? Worry about. I don't worry about anything at all. Let's look at the verb preposition collocations for on. Agree on. I can agree on the deal that you have offered. Based on. The film was based on the true story of a man who was fighting for the world championship title. Blame on. Don't blame it all on me. Comment on. You should comment on this YouTube video. Concentrate on. I was concentrating really hard on the test. Congratulate on. I congratulated my students on doing some really great work. Count on. I'm counting on you to be my best friend. Depend on. A child depends on his or her parents. Elaborate on. Can you elaborate on that? Impose on. Don't impose too many rules on me. Insist on. I insist on paying today. Play on. The children are playing on the playground equipment. Rely on. I rely on my boss to be really nice to me. Work on. I'm working on this video. So these verb preposition collocations need practice. Maybe go back through that part of the video and write them down and try to practice them and come up with different sentences on your own. The prepositions are probably different than the translations in your language, and that's okay. Prepositions often differ from language to language, so you shouldn't try to translate prepositions, and you should try to remember the English prepositions that go with the English verbs. But remember, the best way to study grammar is through reading and listening, and when you're reading and listening, you can notice grammar. What I mean by notice is that if you see anything that jumps out at you or surprises you, or a new grammatical structure that you haven't seen before or you think that you haven't practiced, you can focus on that. Maybe repeat it out loud or write it down. So when you are reading and listening, Notice the grammar. Now, one more bonus usage for about is about to. About to is to say that you are going to do something in the next moment. Let's look at this sentence. I'm just about to go to the shops. Do you want anything? And not about to means that you don't want to or don't intend to do something. I'm not about to spend $20,000 on a new car when I can get a used car for $5,000. Guys, thank you so much for watching English Absorbed. Comment down below on your confusions about these prepositions and I'll try to answer them. If you like this video, click like, click subscribe. My name is Jesse and I will see you in the next one.